In this quick guide, we're ranking every nation in Genshin Impact by how many Primogems you get from fully exploring it. We'll break down each nation's reward from chests, teleporters, offering and quests, starting from the lowest Primogems giving nation all the way to the highest. Stick around until the end because I'll give you the ultimate roadmap to maximizing your Primogems and wishes for the least amount of work and time, since not all nations and systems are created equally, and some give way more rewards for far less effort. Hello, welcome to Genshin Filter, your quick guide for everything Genshin. So let's get started! The Mualani and Chaska bundles are finally here, and if you're low on wishes, I know topping up in game can get really expensive. Here is how you can save money with today's sponsor, Loot Bar. Loot Bar is a safe, secure and reliable way to top up Genesis crystals, with up to 25% off compared to in-game prices. Plus, new users get a 10% off coupon. Loot Bar has worked with many well-known creators and has great reviews, so it's very safe and trustworthy. The process is super simple. Choose the deal you want, enter your UID and server, and you are done. It's 100% safe and delivered just under 30 minutes. And yes, PlayStation and Xbox players can use it too. Loot Bar also supports other games like Honkai Star Rail and Withering Waves, so hit the link in the description or pin comment to try it yourself and start saving. And thank you Loot Bar for sponsoring this video. Mondstadt, being the nation we start in, it gives you a light start to the game to ease you in and get you familiar, but also give the least amount of Primogems. There are 465 chests, and they give around 1528 Primogems, which is around 10 intertwined fates. There are 50 teleporters, and they give 500 Primogems, which is around 3 intertwined fates. Make sure you collect the oculi as you explore, and use them to level up the statues of the 7 in every nation. Notice that in some nations, there are domains that have a one-time challenge that give Primogems and keys to the shrine. The offering tree in Dragonspine has 12 ranks that give 2 intertwined fates, which is 320 Primogems. In some nations, the offering systems will ask you to collect items in the world, similar to oculi for upgrading them, but in others you will need to collect sigils instead, which you get from chests, statues and the one-time domains you will do anyways, so it will save you a lot of exploring. And lastly, there are 62 quests that give around 4150 Primogems, which is around 26 intertwined fates. The handbook experience page has 9 ranks of quests that cover upgrading and exploring in Mondstadt, which you will do anyways and will give you a nice chunk of Primogems. Altogether, exploring Mondstadt gives around 6498 Primogems, which is around 41 intertwined fates. Inazuma has a very middle-of-the-road exploration, in both how much it gives and how much it asks of you compared to other nations. There are 475 chests, and they give around 1584 Primogems, which is around 10 intertwined fates. One thing to note is that the 46 remarkable chests in Inazuma do not provide Primogems unlike the other nations. There are 88 teleporters, and they give 1180 Primogems, which is around 7 intertwined fates. The offering Sakura tree have 50 ranks that give 10 intertwined fates, which is around 1600 Primogems, and there are 106 quests that give around 3930 Primogems, which is around 25 intertwined fates. Some of the world quests in Inazuma are unlocked from daily commissions, so be on the lookout for those as they are very rewarding. Altogether, exploring Inazuma gives 8294 Primogems, which is around 52 intertwined fates. Liyue is the nation of exploration, but not in a good way. There is so much to collect and explore, but the rewards don't quite justify the effort you need to put in compared to the other nations. There are 817 chests and they give around 3001 Primogems, which is around 18 intertwined fates. There are 109 teleporters and they give 755 Primogems, which is around 5 intertwined fates. The offering systems together have 20 ranks that give 4 intertwined fates, which is 640 Primogems, and there are 104 quests that give around 4100 Primogems, which is around 26 intertwined fates. Altogether, exploring Liyue gives around 8496 Primogems, which is around 53 intertwined fates. Fontaine is where exploration starts to feel much more efficient for the time you spend on it compared to the other nations, but the underwater exploration can really make or break the experience for you in terms of enjoyment. There are 488 chests and they give around 2601 Primogems, which is around 16 intertwined fates. There are 124 teleporters and they give 1160 Primogems, which is around 7 intertwined fates. The offering fountain has 50 ranks that give 10 intertwined fates, which is around 1600 Primogems, and there are 130 quests that give around 4410 Primogems, which is around 28 intertwined fates. Altogether, exploring Fontaine gives around 9771 Primogems, which is around 61 intertwined fates. Natlan is an amazing nation for exploration, with great mechanics that help you traverse the land more smoothly, and give you great reward for the time you spend exploring it. There are 491 chests, and they give around 2662 Primogems, which is around 17 intertwined fates. There are 159 teleporters, and they give 1695 Primogems, which is around 10 intertwined fates. The offering Sacred Flames has 50 ranks that give 2500 Primogems, which is around 16 intertwined fates, and there are 90 quests that give around 3090 Primogems, which is around 19 intertwined fates. Altogether, exploring Natlan gives around 9947 Primogems, which is around 62 intertwined fates. Sumeru gives the highest amount of Primogems out of all the nations, while also being fairly time efficient for how much it gives. There are 675 chests, and they give around 2850 Primogems, which is around 17 intertwined fates. In the desert, there are also the primal obelisks that reward precious chests, which give a good chunk of Primogems. There are 143 teleporters, and they give 1695 Primogems, which is around 11 intertwined fates. Notice that there are 11 one-time domain challenges, which also give a great chunk of Primogems. The offering systems together have 56 ranks that give 2200 Primogems, which is around 14 intertwined fates, and there are 147 quests that give around 4950 Primogems, which is around 31 intertwined fates. Altogether, exploring Sumeru gives 11695 Primogems, which is around 73 intertwined fates. Even though Sumeru gives the most Primogems, it's definitely not the most efficient for the time you spend exploring it. Looking at this table, in Natlan and Fontaine you need about 200 fewer chests than in Sumeru for the same amount of wishes. Also, the Inazuma's offering system is collected passively from the chests and teleporters, while Liyue requires much extra farming. We also see that in Mondstadt quest you earn almost the same amount of wishes as the other nation, just by doing half of them. Given all that, the most efficient roadmap look like this. Since you start in Mondstadt with mandatory quests that unlock the game's core systems, I recommend finishing it completely. It's a great tutorial for the game and it goes quickly since Mondstadt is the smallest nation. Though skip Dragonspine for now since it's tough early on and not very rewarding. From there, continue only the Liyue Archon questline to unlock Inazuma. Then move on to Natlan and then go to Sumeru. After that go to Fontaine, then Inazuma, and finally return to Liyue and Dragonspine. By then, Nod-Krai will be out already, and if the patterns continues, it could become the most rewarding nation in Teyvat. And here is one last tip. If you don't care about completing the nations one by one, and just want the most wishes for the least effort, simply focus on doing all the quests in the game. Quests alone give nearly as many wishes as all the other systems combined. It can be very boring, and I wish Hoyo would add that skip button already, but it's the most efficient if you can handle it. And that's a wrap. If this video helped you in any way, consider giving it a like or subscribe for more filter guides. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!